What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of my R&B review. It's your boy Reg here, and the album I'm going to review today is Rick James' fourth studio album, Garden of Love, released in 1980 on Gordy Records. The only single that came out of this album was actually Big Time, which is actually playing in the background. Producers include Rick James produced this whole album, to be real. Alright, so this was released right after Fired Up, and as you can see, Fired Up got him a lot of popularity and stuff like that. So right after that album was released, he went on tour for the album basically, and once he went on tour, he recruited an up-and-comer by the name of Prince. Prince, by that time, dropped his second self-titled album. Dope album, by the way, still gaining in popularity and whatnot and stuff like that. So what ended up happening was Prince would open up for Rick James in concert, and there was a lot of friction between the two during that tour, like well documented and shit like that. And both have accused each other of stealing one another's style and stuff like that. It's a long story with that tour. And the reason why I mentioned Prince is because of the fact that, at that time, Prince was known for using the synthesizer, the OBX. And Rick James, he loved how that sounded, and he kind of stole it from Rick and shit like that. I mean, stole it from Prince, basically, and shit like that. And also around this time, too, he was still having problems with Motown. And so, with his album, well, first and foremost, this is actually the 2010 reissue of this album, the Hippo reissue, which I'm kind of surprised I have because these editions usually go for like 30, 40 bucks and shit like that. So with this, his usual album, he usually have like 8, 9 songs. So the original version of this album has about 6 original songs plus a reprise. With this version, you got like 2 additional. Well, a demo and an extended version of Big Time. So yeah. So that's why he only cut like 6 original songs for the album. He did the album when he was traveling to the Caribbean and shit like that. So yeah, and the album has like a more laid back attitude, which I'll explain that after the end of this review. This is the album cover right here. This nigga looks like something from like Jetsons or I don't know, man. I don't know, but fuck it. This booklet, it gave like a little synopsis of what he was going through with this album and shit like that. Yeah, and shit like that. So one thing I like about this edition and shit like that was it gives like a synopsis of what he was going through with the album and stuff like that. I love when certain albums, when they reissue the album, they do that crap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and this is like the lyrics, which I love. So, yeah. Alright, so technically 6 songs, like I mentioned, 1 reprise, bonus track. So let's get this shit started. Track number 1, Big Time. Believe it or not, this was like the only song he didn't write by himself on this album because he had some help from James Calloway, Leo Burgess, and Sonny T. Davenport and shit like that. Very dope song. In my opinion, this song kind of picks up where Hollywood left off. It's like I'm gonna be successful one day, I'm gonna be a star, whatnot, and shit like that. So that's what I got from that song. Not as like thunderous opener as his previous albums, like Bustin' Out or even with Fired Up, but at the same time, I prefer this more than Fired Up as an intro song. Dope song. Track number 2, Don't Give Up on Love. That's basically that's a ballad and shit like that. Vocally, one of my favorite songs vocally on this album and shit. Like, ooh, like that song and shit like that. He had this one line which I fucking love, and ironically, this song is playing in the background. Jesus Christ. Dun, 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 dun. I like when he says, when you turn your back on love, it's like turning off the light. You're in the dark and you're all alone. To deny yourself a feeling, it's like looking for a candle in the dark of night when there's a storm to enslave your inner feelings. Like, Jesus Christ, man. And then he also says some shit like, hold on, he said, in a matter of time, interlocking all emotion, because your heart had just been broken, and you expect your love to come, then you're wasting your time. Like, and that is so true and shit like that. Because sometimes, like, when people go through heartbreak and some shit like that, that one person might have done something to them that they just fucking love, and deep down, that one person would expect that person that broke their heart to come running back and shit like that, where it's not always that simple. So, yeah, and he just saying, like, don't give up on love. There's always somebody out there for somebody and shit. But yeah, don't give up on love. Very dope song. Track number 3, Island Lady. To be honest, my least favorite song off this album. To be honest, it's somewhat like a tribute to like an island lady, of course. Um, the only thing I really fuck with, I did like the island sound effects, like the ocean sound effects that swarm through this whole album, this whole song and shit. So that gets a point. Next track, Getting It On in the Sunshine. Um, Basically that song is just him saying just getting it on in the sunshine a couple times over this like jazzy R&B-ish kind of beat and shit like that. That was pretty cool. Track number 2, Summer Love. Um, for a while, I've always thought this song was a single for a while, but yeah, this is one of my favorite songs off this album, possibly my second favorite. Just talking about, reminiscing about the summer love and shit like that. A lot of diehard fans love this song and shit. So then the last official song, Merry Go Round. Oh my god, that song is so ill. Pretty much like a funky kind of track and shit. Very funky track and shit. I love the synthesizer, the way he uses synthesizers all over that track. Yeah, one of his most slept on songs. I never hear nobody talk about that song. And then you have the Getting It On in the Sunshine reprise and shit. Yeah, and that's basically the album basically. Overall, one of my favorite Rick James albums, and this might be a surprise because a lot of people would have ranked this among his worst because they were expecting like the funky Rick James, they were expecting the in your face, the punk funk, where he kind of like softened up his tone a little bit with this album and shit. And it always bothers me too because everyone always says, "Oh, he makes the same album all the time. He makes the same album all the time." And once he was trying to be a little experimental, he basically just scared away his fan base, basically. So yeah. So once this album, he didn't even tour for this album and shit like that. So that kind of hurt sales a bit too. So right after that, he went back to Buffalo and he did Street Songs, which I've done a review on Street Songs with Mike and Tribero. Shout out to my niggas up there. I'm gonna definitely put that on my channel and shit. So yeah. This album is kind of very hard to come by, but if you can find the Hippo re-release version, which is out of print, I believe too. So you must have in your collection. This is Rick James' Garden of Love, 1980. I'm definitely going to need to talk about Tina Marie's first album before the weekend. I have a lot of stuff to do before the weekend, and if I do it before the weekend, I might just save that until Monday or Tuesday because I like to space certain videos out. But other than that, thank y'all so much for the love last night after my little rant. But it's your boy Reg here. Peace.